Welcome to A Race Down Memory Lane, your go-to source for unbiased NASCAR news. We're your hosts, Lydia,
Cassandra,
and Vanessa
Johnson. I was about to say and Vanessa for her.
So, we are going on to not that.
What?
We're coming off. We're not going on to anything. We're coming off of the Daytona road course. So these are the stage lengths.
No.
Stage
results. We're filming late and it messes with our brains. Can you tell?
These are the stage results. Elliot won the first stage and Hamlin won the second.
Reminder, our picks or predictions are highlighted in yellow.
Yes.
That's all that means.
Alright, and Christopher Bell won. It was really cool to see that.
First cup win.
Yeah.
We'll dissect later. Let's move on through.
Highlights.
Allmendinger in 7th. Road course, road course. Yeah.
McDowell in 8th. McDowell is like leading the field in this moment. He said some pretty good
bad.
Yeah. Outside the top 10, we have Truex Jr. in 12th, Blaney in 15th, Elliott in 21st, Byron in 33rd, and Kyle Busch in 35th. We kind of recap. So this is Friday night.
I opened up right on
race.
awesome.
We're filming this, so it's been a while. We are really punctual this week. So, but anyway, the ending of the race was pretty good. What was it? Like 10, 12 laps to go? I don't remember how many. It was toward the end. Right. A caution came out and Elliott was leading or in second at the time. And he pit. Which is fine because a lot of the leaders pit, but he came back out in like 12th.
Yeah.
Maybe 14th or somewhere. He came back out in the 14th, middle of the pack. He had a bit of a slower stop, and a bunch of people stayed out and didn't take any tires. And
I think there were 8 or 10 cars that stayed out, and then he had a bad slow pit stop, so came out not first off pit road, basically.
Right. So he was back in the fray when, my brain's not connecting.
If I'm thinking of the same spot, see, I have a little fresher memory because I slept through the race Sunday. The last, 20 laps, which is awesome. I stayed awake till then. I was really tired. But then I rewatched the last 20 laps on Monday morning.
You're having way too much time on your hands.
I think that if I'm thinking of the same spot, didn't Elliott try to get out of traffic?
Oh yeah, it was kind of crazy. It went like 4 wide into the
save.
Yeah, it went like 4 wide around one of the sharper corners, and it was just chaotic. And there was no room for 4 cars in a line to go around this corner, and Elliott just got pushed out. And that was a really, really impressive save. I'm sure you've seen the replay if you watch NASCAR at all.
Yeah. And there were just a bunch of cautions in there. Kurt Busch did another dive bomb somewhere in there, and or was that early in the race? I don't know. There was a series of cautions, and basically it all really worked to Christopher Bell's favor.
Well, actually, yeah, Logano ended up the leader, and he was in the lead by a couple seconds for quite a while.
Logano hadn't pit. He didn't have fresh tires.
Yeah.
Christopher Bell did.
Had. So he came up through the field, and it got to the last couple laps, and I think the second lap, 2 to go, Bell was able to catch Logano and get past him really nice and cleanly, like not at all like we'd seen in the clash.
Very tail end at 2 to go, I think.
Yeah, it was right around 1 to go, but it was pretty good.
Yeah, he nagged him and nagged him and nagged him and finally got him.
It was really good, clean racing, and I love wrecks because they're exciting, but also like you don't want to get your first win because you wrecked someone.
Right.
So
ultimately, it was Logano's brakes got too hot, and he couldn't go into the corner real hard because he couldn't brake hard enough to go into the corner hard. So that was where his problem was. So that was how Christopher Bell was able to catch him. And then also fresh tires. You know how it goes. Tires on road courses. We were amazed all weekend at the number of people who thought they could stay in contention at the Daytona road course without fresh tires. So, yeah, Logano's the closest we've seen.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the time that they just get passed right away. If you watch the Xfinity race, they just got passed right away. But it was the multitude of cautions that kept that from happening. Because
and he had
the tires would get a run.
Again, like 8-10 cars behind him who were who also hadn't taken tires. Yep. So it took a while for people to come up through, which is why Christopher Bell did an amazing job racing there.
Yeah, tires would just get a run, and then the caution would come out, and it'd be back in the line again. And, but it was a pretty good race. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't say it was as exciting as the Xfinity race. No. I think the Xfinity race took cake last weekend. But
it was pretty good.
It was still a very good race. And nobody's objecting to more road courses. And if you are, you're nuts. Pardon?
I don't have any other race.
That's your problem. Alright, are we finished here, people?
Unfortunately.
I think so. Ned, do you want to add anything?
I was asleep for most of the race, and I woke up and I cheered for Bell, and Bell won, so...
What's funny is early on, like very early in the race, maybe for sure the first stage, but like the first 10 laps, we were watching Christopher Bell race in Joe Gibbs' equipment. And we were going, yeah, he's going to get us first win this year.
Oh wait, that's
we just
not our chance.
Didn't think that it would be this race.
Right.
Of all the races I would have picked for Christopher Bell to get his first win at, the Daytona road course would not have been it, but it was a very interesting race.
Yeah, I honestly think if Elliott hadn't been pushed off the road and gotten that much damage that he did.
And then he made contact with... Who did he make contact with? Oh, dang it. I want to say Hemrick, but I don't think that was it.
Hemrick wasn't even racing.
Somebody...
Was he?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
Somebody... Who was it?
Reddick.
Reddick.
Right. Yeah. Okay, it was Tyler Reddick. Was... Maybe. Don't quote me on that.
Well, he's in the 8, so...
Yeah, I feel like that was it, but I also feel like it isn't. Anyway, there's somebody that Elliott was trying to pass and wouldn't give him the lane. And then...
Well, why would you give him the lane if you're racing?
Yeah. But then the second time he went to pass him, he did give him the lane. But Elliott was thinking he wasn't, so he was getting run, and that he ended up crushing in the nose of his race car on the back of the other guy. And then the final straw for Elliott was that crossover move, right? He was trying to cross over, maybe on the same car.
He was making his way back up. I think that was the one that actually caused the most damage. He was trying to make his way back up. He was in I want to say 5th or 6th. He was battling for position. It was off another restart, so he was within reach of the leader if he kept going and could race cleanly. And
he was trying to do a crossover.
Yeah, he was trying to do a crossover move, and the person behind, I want to say it was Hamlin, closed the gap, and just your spotters
can't see around the corner on a road course.
The road course well, so
it was just a problem with spotters can't see, drivers can't see. Hamlin couldn't read Elliott's mind, so Elliott spun, I think, on that one, and that was kind of the final straw. Yeah. So we're a little bit foggy on the details, but long story short, it was a crazy end of the race.
It was.
Lots of cautions, especially for a road course, I feel like. Normally you don't have that many cautions at the end of a road course.
Yeah.
I remember some of the details now that you say them, but...
Yeah, exactly. See, we're foggy and we're trying to resuscitate it. Anyway, I think that's about it.
Yep. This has been Race Down Memory Lane, your go-to
source for unbiased NASCAR news.